What's going on, everybody? This is Jose Betancourt from talkingaboutgames.com and the Post Game Report podcast, which you're going to find on iTunes. And as always, thank you for viewing my YouTube videos. Here I'm playing Star Wars Battlefront on the PlayStation 4. It is not an exclusive. You can also play it on the Xbox One and PC. It is not your typical video game, meaning that you're not going to get a single-player campaign. You're not going to have the capability of playing this game unless you're connected to the internet. So that is one thing you need to understand if you're thinking about picking up Star Wars Battlefront. It is strictly online. You will get some form of co-op. You do have a mode where you can fight off stormtroopers, things of that sort. You'll have objectives on the screen, and you and another partner can team up against waves of enemies. Sort of like Horde mode on Gears of War. But that's as far as you're going to get for a single-player campaign. Now, I've seen videos and I've heard podcasts of people complaining about this, which I don't understand. Some people, if you were told that Star Wars Battlefront was not going to have a single-player campaign, why are you complaining after you bought it? Does that make any sense? I've seen people complaining, and it's like, you bought it fully aware that there is no single-player campaign in Star Wars Battlefront, and yet you're complaining. Why? You already spent the money. EA could care less what you're thinking. We vote with our wallets, and unless you decide you're not going to buy Star Wars Battlefront because there's no single-player campaign, then that is the most effective way to complain, or that's the best way to leave an impression to EA and the video game industry as a whole. But even though there's no single-player campaign, I'm having a lot of fun with this. It is strictly multiplayer, as I stated. The levels are enormous, so you can range, depending on the game type, you can have an enormous level or something more compact, or let's say Slayer, or what is equivalent to Slayer. I forgot the name they're using. But there's also one mode, if you're familiar with Battlefield 4, it's Domination, I believe, where you have the largest maps in the game, and it's, you know, the rebels against the and I'm drawing a blank here, against the Empire, excuse me, and you're using everything in your arsenal to invade one base. And I played that the other day, and I had so much fun because Luke Skywalker was running around. Of course, I was in the Imperial side, so I was running around with Darth Vader, and it was just so crazy to see that in a video game form, and having the capabilities of following somebody who's controlling Darth Vader and seeing him destroy everyone. And I was behind him as backup because the characters can die once you summon a Super Jedi character. It's sort of like a perk in Call of Duty. So me and a few other people were running behind this dude using Darth Vader, or female, and we were supplying cover fire. It was freaking awesome. We lost, but I didn't care because I did care, but I didn't mind losing because I had so much fun. It's one of the rare games I could play online, unlike Halo 5 on the Xbox One, where I do care if I lose. I do care if my kill-death ratio is below my expectations. I've been playing Halo 5. I mean, not Halo 5, but I've been playing Halo for a very long time, since the very beginning. And so I feel like I'm a seasoned veteran when it comes to that game. So I have more invested. I have a more sense of pride when it comes to a game like Halo, Call of Duty, even Battlefront 4. So there's something about Battlefront. I might have said Battlefront 4. I don't know. There's too many battles in front of a name. But with Star Wars Battlefront, it's so much fun, or I'm having so much fun, even though in the back of my mind I'm a little weary of my kill-death ratio. I don't care. at the end of the match, I don't care. I care more that we win as a team, but I'm having so much fun. I found myself in awe of the visuals, the sound, the controls. Now, I stated that it's very reminiscent of Battlefield 4 or the Battlefield series because it's using the Frostbite engine, so I'm familiar with that. And you do have the capability of switching between first and third person. The old Star Wars Battlefront games were in third person view, but I don't use it. I use it on occasion. It is nice to view your character in third person view just so you can get a sense of scale and to look at the visuals from a different perspective. This game is really beautiful. And for those resolution heads, those who are worried about resolution, on the PlayStation 4 you have 900p, but it still looks amazing. Flying a TIE fighter, I can't wait to fly the Millennium Falcon or an X-Wing, but flying a TIE fighter, the sound was just, as soon as you hear a TIE fighter, whether you're inside one or it's flying above you, just that familiarity. You know, I was born in '72, so I was able to see the original Star Wars trilogy. The explosions, the gunfire, Darth Vader talking. I mean, just everything in this game is spot on when it comes to the Star Wars universe. And that visual, that added visual flair, it's just amazing. Some of these levels are truly impressive. I'm really happy with the game I bought. Granted, I had some Best Buy coupons, and so technically, for the price of one game, or for the regular price of a game, which is $59.99, I was able to buy the deluxe and the season pass. So combined, that is $110. But because I had all of these discounts, I technically paid for the game $59.99. That was the cost. I doubt that I would have bought the season pass ahead of time. I doubt I would have spent $110 on a game, regardless of the franchise, before seeing what the DLC is going to provide. I know they talked about it. I have yet to see anything. I know we're going to get our first bits of DLC sometime in December, early parts of December. So I have that in the back burner. So I'm good. And I'm hoping that I didn't waste these damn coupons on something that won't deliver on its DLC. So that's still there in the back of my mind. But regardless, I'm having a great time. As you can see in my video, this is what you would consider Team Slayer. But it looks great, plays great. The nostalgia factor, excuse me for the stuttering, is 100%. So maybe that's why I'm a little biased, I don't know. But regardless, I highly recommend this game, even if you have to rent it, regardless if it's on an Xbox One or PlayStation 4 or PC. So as always, I'm Jose Betancourt. Thank you for viewing my videos. Talk to you soon.